PYT tripled down on their Venezuelan gang story in Colorado. I wonder if that's because Anna saw one of my videos. I wonder if that's because someone at TYT saw one of my videos. It's not inconceivable. Because like that story is so bullshit. Like that story is so bullshit and so thoroughly debunked. It really is kind of crazy. Like you know what's currently going on? You know what's currently going on in Aurora with the Venezuelan gangs? Well, the city councilwoman who initially like brought national attention to Aurora, Colorado because of the footage that was going around. Um she made a motion on the city council, which is majority Republican, uh, to in uh, ha- launch an investigation to create a list of all the local groups that work with migrants and like migrant workers in the city. Like they're literally having the government make a list of anyone who might like encounter a migrant worker. Like it's like we're at some insane levels of xenophobia in Aurora, and the fact that like PYT just keeps fanning those flames is really irresponsible in my mind. Here's a local press report from one of our favorite news guys, Kyle Clark.
Donald Trump has come and gone from Aurora, Colorado, but Republicans there are expanding Trump's targeting of migrants to now go after nonprofits that help migrants. It's being led by conservative Councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky, who kicked off the intense focus on Venezuelan migrants when she claimed without evidence that the thousands of Venezuelans who gathered in Aurora to await election results in Venezuela was actually some kind of a test by a Venezuelan gang.
Yeah, by the way, this is like the original like local rumor source of of like, oh man, Venezuelan gang activity in Aurora, Colorado. That's where like that initially gained life. Like this is entirely concocted by Republicans. And it's so obvious. Looks like a parking lot at a sports game. I mean, it basically was. They were all trying to see who won the election in Venezuela.
Aurora police have since said that they have identified 10 Venezuelan gang members in Aurora, not thousands of them. But that did not stop Donald Trump from coming to campaign in the city Friday, falsely claiming it had been conquered by that gang. Tonight, Aurora City Council, which has a Republican majority, is going to consider a resolution from Jurinsky that states as fact that the state of Colorado and the city of Denver placed immigrants in Aurora. The resolution then goes on to direct the city manager to investigate whether that's actually true. Jurinsky has claimed, also without evidence, that a leading nonprofit assisting migrants in Aurora is a communist organization. Listen.
This communist group that is along the Colfax corridor, they're called East Colfax Community Collective.
Nonprofit says that's a smear, and a state spokesperson told us today, quote, the state of Colorado did not place migrants in any community. The state says it gave migrant assistance grants to nonprofits, which then helped migrants find housing they could afford. Jurinsky's resolution, if it's approved tonight, directs the city manager to make a...
Yeah, it's important to note here that the migrants aren't being housed for free, guys. They pay. They pay rent. They pay rent.
A list of the nonprofits that help immigrants and to go get their financial records.
I mean, like many nonprofits have had to increase their sense of security at their respective places because since everything has been happening since August, just because of how bad the anti-immigrant sentiment has gotten.
We'll have an update on what happens to this resolution tonight at 9 and 10.
Yeah, no, but that's the entire point I'm trying to make, Brutus Magnuson. There is nothing that these Venezuelan migrants could do that would satisfy any of their detractors. Because it's not about like crime, it's not about anything that they did. It's not even about where they are. It's entirely about the fact that they're not from around here. You know, like that's it. It's the xenophobia and the racism. It is honestly wild to me. Yeah. Jess, I am kind of curious. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of watching the TYT segment. I don't want to do that. But part of me wonders if maybe the basis of their new reporting was specifically the Aurora City Council voting on this resolution and to create that also created this list of nonprofits that are working with migrants. I do wonder if that is exactly what spurred this news story that they reported on. Gamer G, I'm moving in that direction. I got to that point with Brianna Wu. I'm moving in that direction about this. No, they didn't talk about that? Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, the Venezuelan migrant gang thing is just such a recurring story that is just so bullshit. It makes me so mad.